Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie Esther here. And today we're going to talk about the poop storm that absolutely hit the fan this past weekend regarding the revelation that there is a consultant crew group for Dead by Daylight, and they went public on Twitter, and what that means, the controversy surrounding it, the difference between a person who's in the consultant crew and the Fog Whisperers, what those two individual roles are. We're going to try and clear all of that up. But first, I want to let you know that Dead by Daylight has put out this post that there's an exclusive banner coming up. If you aren't already subscribed to the newsletter, this is your sign to do so. All players who are subscribed by June the 3rd will get to redeem this exclusive Alchemy Lab banner. And then we have a link here. I'll post the link in the description and the first pinned comment of this video so that you can get signed up. If you aren't signed up already, you should be signed up. There's lots of exclusive things that come through the newsletter from time to time. Receive an exclusive banner redeemable on June the 3rd for newsletter subscribers, the Alchemy Lab banner. And if you click that link, it takes you to deadbydaylight.com, where they want you to sign up for the newsletter. So you got to put your email address in here, and you have to click this box to make sure that you're signed up. I know a lot of people say that they don't get the emails. I too have had trouble finding the emails. If I know the keyword and the title of the email, sometimes I can find it in my promotional folder or my spam, but I have never had a problem getting the emails. If you're having a problem getting the emails, I would suggest signing up for multiple emails just to make sure that you get it. But yeah, usually I can find them if I know what the title of the email is and dig them out of my spam folders. Okay, so over the weekend, there were about a half a dozen people who revealed that they are part of this consultant crew program with Dead by Daylight, where they devote some time to do playtesting for quality assurance. It's a paid position for a number of hours a week. I don't know. There's rumors that it may be as many as 10 hours a week. I'm not sure. People said that it is nominal pay and it's more of a passion project. And some people have been members of this consultant crew for years, but for whatever reason, now it's only like they've pulled back the veil and they're allowing them to go public and say that they are consultants, which is a curious move for me because they're still under NDA and they're not allowed to say what they worked on, only that they are a consultant. So it looks like they get none of the credit for good things in the game because they can't say they were part of shaping it. And they're going to get all of the blame for the bad things that went forward in the game. And they can't say whether or not they worked on that, or even if they raised concerns about things that went forward and whether the company listened to them or not because they're under NDA. And then you have people who are questioning whether the people who came forward are even worthy of being in the program because they only, question mark, have 3,000 hours in Dead by Daylight, and people question their experience and their value they would bring as a consultant, which only in the world of Dead by Daylight would someone have 3,000 hours in the game and be considered noob and not experienced enough to evaluate a game. So yeah, I don't really understand the upside for any of these people to come forward, but I guess, hey, you get this cool charm here if you're part of it. This was apparently rumored to have been an April Fool's charm, which I guess has been repurposed to this incognito deal with it crow charm that the consultants get. So yeah, you get a cool charm, but I don't know. I just think that there's a lot of downside to going forward with this, and I'm not really sure of what the upside is. Hopefully intelligent people out there will, recognize these people and champion them and applaud and realize that, thank them for the work that they're doing and give them credit for the good things that have come out in the game, even if they can't say that they participated in any of that. Intelligent people would believe that they've tested it and improved it and helped make the game better. But again, I think it just comes with a lot of potential for being harassed and hated. And well, hey, welcome to the group as a Fog Whisperer. Welcome to the hate train here, because I hope you're ready for it. I don't understand why they went public with this. Congrats to all the people who got the charm and have been doing this, near thankless work. They said it's just nominal pay, so I don't know. But I appreciate the efforts that they have put in to shaping the game one way or another, good or bad, that they were here for us doing the job, because somebody's got to do it. And also, just like the Fog Whisperer charm, This has created another level of FOMO because people are like, oh, here's another term that I can't get. How do I apply? How do I apply to be a consultant? I want to be a consultant. I have this many hours in the game. I love the game. I would love to be part of this. And it's just created another level of FOMO in Dead by Daylight with the announcement that this program exists. Even among Fog Whisperers, who some of whom are in the program, some of whom aren't and had no idea that this existed, it has created some hard feelings and betrayal because some Fog Whisperers feel like they wish they had known that this was a program so that they could contribute to it, and have felt so passionately about it that upset that they were excluded or didn't even realize that this program existed, to the degree that they quit being Fog Whisperer because they're upset that they were never asked. So let's go ahead and we're gonna read through Community Manager Peanits tells us exactly what the consultant crew is, and then we're gonna look at exactly what a Fog Whisperer is, and then I'll wrap it up and give you my thoughts on the whole thing. Okay, so here we have a comment from Peanits Community Manager on a thread about the whole consultant crew thing, and he just tries to clear up the whole thing about what the program is and everything here. So, hey folks, I see a lot of questions and confusion, so I'm going to do my best to clear up as many as I can. About the program itself, this program is not new. It has existed since shortly after the game's release. Previously, consultants were not able to confirm they were part of the group without breaching their NDA. We have recently restructured the program and allowed members to say that they are members. Okay, so this is something that I wasn't completely oblivious to this. Some Fog Whisperers were caught out of the blue that this even existed. I had always heard rumors that there was this special group that did testing. I can't remember what the name of it was. It was either the Crow's Nest or the Raven's Roost. It was some special group where they did testing and were under NDA, because one time I had someone come in my chat during a live stream and they told me that they had been part of the testing group. Now, this was way back in the Death Garden days, so several years ago. I think with the second iteration of Death Garden, they were a tester on that. And so they told me that this program existed and they were part of it, and they weren't part of it anymore. So they had revealed that to me. So I kind of had an inkling that there was this extra level of access that some people had to behind the scenes stuff that was, future content for Dead by Daylight. So I wasn't completely oblivious that this existed like some people were. Consultants are asked for opinions on upcoming changes and invited to closed play tests where they can give their feedback. While the program itself is now public info, the details of what they are playtesting and or giving feedback on are not. Please do not ask them what's going on in there. They can't tell you. There is no public list of all consultants, nor do we plan to share one. We leave it up to each person to decide if they are comfortable disclosing it, as it could attract unwanted attention and or scrutiny. Amen. If I was part of this, I wouldn't tell anybody. There have been, like I said, about a half a dozen people who have come out and said they're part of it. I don't know if they have, buyer's remorse on making that announcement. A couple of them are Fog Whisperers. So there are some people who are in both programs. Some people who have been in both programs pretty much from the jump. About consultants and the requirements. Consultants do not need to be content creators. While some are, others are not. There's no application process. We select and invite people who would be a good fit for the program and fill the needs we have in terms of experience with specific aspects of the game. Being selected as a consultant is not simply a reward for being a diehard fan. Consultants are contractors who are paid and have certain responsibilities. Consultants have varying experience, for example, killers that they have mastered, preferences, playstyles, and skill levels. About the consultants' roles and responsibilities. Consultants must participate in closed playtests. Inactive consultants would be removed from the program and replaced with someone who is able to participate. It is a consultant's duty to give feedback on upcoming changes that are presented to them. Consultant feedback is used to help make informed decisions, but it's not the sole deciding factor. We need to keep in mind that consultants are highly experienced players and that their impressions may not always align with the wider community, though they often do. Consultants do not come up with balance changes and are not responsible for how things turn out. It falls on us to decide what needs to be acted upon. Please do not harass consultants if there's a change you do not like. Consultants are not quality assurance. Interesting. It's not their responsibility to test the game and find bugs. Okay, so my bad on that part. Qualities we look for in consultants, among other traits: trustworthy, as they are given information early, a wide range of experience within the game, and ideally experts in certain areas, able to provide constructive feedback, able to maintain a civil discussion with people who have differing opinions, and able to set aside biases when giving feedback or acknowledge that their biases may be influencing their opinions. And most importantly, none of this means that your feedback doesn't matter. This program helps us gather feedback for changes early on in development and make adjustments before they are revealed. Once they hit the PTB, feedback from the wider community is just as important. Okay, so that's what Peanits had to say about the whole consultant crew and what they do. Now, there was a lot of misconception where I saw on Twitter that people said, well, don't fog whisperers do this anyway? Like, don't they get early access and participate in this? I don't really get, like, shown behind the curtain of what's to come. And I didn't really want it. So, do I have an influence on the game at the same time? Sure. There's lots of things that I do as a fog whisperer that I have access to, that I can fast track bugs, I can fast track problematic things that need to be kill switched. I can make suggestions. I know that I was a big proponent for the monthly roadmap, which is a thing that came about. I said it multiple times and it showed up. I don't know, was that because I said it or because they revealed, they realized it was a good idea to have monthly roadmaps like other games do. I know it's something that I suggested, and I'd like to believe that I had an influence on it. There's other things I can point to that, I put a lot of stuff in the suggestion box, but at the same time, they're just suggestions. It wasn't like I felt like my voice was the biggest one in the room and I need to be heard. At the end of the day, consultant crew, fog whisperer, whatever you are, we all want what's best for the game. And we all should be rowing the boat in the same direction. Now, some people feel like they need to be the coxswain at the head of the boat, yelling stroke, stroke, ordering everybody to when to row. I'm very happy to be a rower. I don't need to be steering the ship, if you know what I mean. So now we're going to talk about what a fog whisperer is. I've been a fog whisperer since 2018. I was one of the first 10 people selected for the pilot program, and I've been one ever since. And my role, in my opinion, has always been to be a bridge of communication between the devs and my community. If my community has questions about things, hopefully I know the answer and I can help steer them in the right direction. If they're not sure how things work in the game, how they obtain items, etc., etc. That's why I've always made these videos, to make sure that I help my community as much as I can, providing codes for blood points, codes for banners, things like that. That's what I like to do. I like to help people. So this is, in my wheelhouse. Now, a lot of people are upset in fog whisperers because they aren't part of the consultant crew thing. They wanted to have impact and make change on the game. That's not me. So I'm happy with my role. I'm satisfied with my role. And I think I've understood my role from the beginning. I'm not a developer. I'm not a play tester. If I wanted those jobs, I would go apply for them with behavior, right? So if I, maybe the best job that would suit me if I were to apply for a job with behavior would be part of the community management team. And I'm not even sure that I would want that, because I know those people see a lot of negativity and it could wear a person down. So it takes a special kind of person to be in those roles, maintain that positivity, and grit teeth through all of the negativity, toxicity that they have to deal with on social media, forums, etc., etc. So we're going to go ahead and read through this and see what the description of a fog whisperer is and how it aligns with the expectations of the people who are in the program and what their role is. So we'll go through here, and it says, the fog whisperers are part of Dead by Daylight. The program rewards streaming and video content creators for building communities around the game. Behavior Interactive offers Fog Whisperers resources to support their Dead by Daylight content and growth within the gaming industry. This program started in February 2019. That's when it officially started. I was in the pilot in 2018 and they deemed it a success, so they went forward with it and they opened it up to larger membership in 2019. And it continues to expand in numbers and perks. This year, our goal is to represent the diversity within our creator space by onboarding partners in various regions, genders, languages, cultural backgrounds, and in all walks of life. We continue to invite creators to join the Fog Whisperer program throughout the year. Perks of being a Fog Whisperer. And thanks for their support, Dead by Daylight partners receive chapter codes for their viewers, in-game currency, bonus blood points in the playtest build, and potential information regarding upcoming content to reveal to their communities. And so here it is. It says, how can I become a Fog Whisperer? What are you looking for? Behavior. Members are evaluated and chosen by Behavior Interactive. There's no application process at this time. To be considered for the Fog Whisperer program, please tag us and include #IntoTheFog when displaying your content on social channels. We'll also notice #IntoTheFog in Twitch and YouTube title descriptions. Now, when they did have an application process before it went live in 2019, they had 25,000 people apply to be Fog Whisperers. I remember it was a lot for them to go through. I got grandfathered in because I was part of the pilot where they tapped me on the shoulder initially. Behavior Interactive is looking for passionate streamers and video creators that have an established positive presence in the DVD community and creator space. Per yearly quarter, a minimum of 2 published videos or 50 hours of dedicated Dead by Daylight streaming is required. A clear content schedule, community interactions, and a channel metric signs of growth are also taken into consideration. How do I know if I'm considered? Behavior reaches out to potential partners through private messaging, preferably email. Onboarding is usually a week before a mid-chapter or chapter release. Why isn't my favorite streamer in the Fog Whisperers? We're always looking for creators that demonstrate a positive ambassadorship, that's a key word there for me, of Dead by Daylight and adhere to the game's terms of use. However, some creators may prefer a less DVD partnership with Behavior Interactive outside of the program or they prefer their autonomy. Do Fog Whisperers work for Behavior Interactive? No. Fog Whisperers are ambassadors of Dead by Daylight. Please do not rely on content creators to forward in-game feedback or offer player support. For any game-related questions, please visit the Ask a Question section on our forums. If you require assistance, click here for support. Do they know everything that's coming up? No, they do not. However, they may have opportunities to reveal upcoming content on their channels. If they have content to share, DBDly, they will. So what that refers to is there were occasions where we were given the link early for the Rift video, so we were allowed to like live reveal it early, things like that. Those are what they talk about, opportunities to reveal things on their channel. Are you considering expanding the program to support creators on console? Though we have a lot of creators we keep an eye on in the console space, we're still working on establishing consistency in our perks to support creators on PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. We did have a PlayStation content creator at one time. I know that. We thank you for your patience as we grow the program. I don't know if anybody else in the program plays on console. I'm not entirely sure. There's no established partner program for DBD Mobile at this time. DBD Mobile does, since this was written, have their own partner program, but that's through DBD Mobile. So that part is not up to date. Content creators are a big part of the success of Dead by Daylight. We cannot thank you enough for your passion and commitment to our game. We have noticed the many sub-communities around our creators that promote a safe online and in real life space. We've laughed, cheered, and occasionally been scared with you while viewing your content. For our non-English DBD creators, we see you. We hope to support you in the future and expand our resources. To all the incredible Dead by Daylight creatives, merci and thank you. So then they have the list of all the people who are in the program currently here, and we have people from around the world in different spaces that speak different languages, etc., etc. So that, in a nutshell, is what the Fog Whisperer program is. Now, I see some people who are upset with their role, and I don't know, like, if they just thought that their role was going to be something different when they joined, but I assure you that when everybody was tapped on the shoulder and asked to be in it, I don't think anybody gave it a nanosecond of thought to decline when they answered the knock at the door, you know what I mean? But hey, nobody goes into a marriage thinking that they're ever going to get divorced, and that happens too. So, things happen. So at the end of the day, I don't know, and everyone is entitled to their feelings, but I am not disgruntled for the reasons I said before about not being in the consultant crew. I wouldn't want it. It's not in my wheelhouse. I am more of a communicator, so I like having a community that I can make videos for to be helpful to all of you so that you don't miss code, what's going on in the game, current news things. That's my wheelhouse. That's what I like. Again, if I wanted to be a playtester or a dev, I would pursue that. I don't have my nose out of joint because I'm not in the program. Kudos to the people who are in the program. Kudos to the people who are in both programs as a consultant crew person and a fog whisperer. But like I said, I don't want to dismiss anybody's feelings, but I just read to you what they signed up for. Some people feel like they're just a big billboard for Dead by Daylight, a public relations face, and okay, yeah, you are a brand representative. That was the gig. That was what you signed up for. I don't know if you didn't read the fine print about what was expected of you and what it was going to do, but at the same time, to dismiss the role of the Fog Whisperer and suggest that they don't have any influence on the game, I think is very naive, because, we have a suggestion box. There are bug report things. There are things that we can do to shape the game, and I know because I've done it. I bang the drum saying that in a game that desperately needs to do something about tunneling, the fact that Albert Wesker can easily come back to somebody who is infected with Ouroboros when they come off the hook and infected at perhaps a rate of as much as 50%, it makes them the low-hanging fruit to tunnel out. And that's a change that we see that was tested in the recent PTB, that they said that the Ouroboros infection is going to go down to 1% when you come off the hook. And am I personally responsible for that? I don't know, but I know that that is a suggestion that I have been banging the drum for. So for anybody as a Fog Whisperer to say that they don't feel heard and they don't feel like they had any impact in the game, I would just say, well, have you gone through the proper channels? Have you made the suggestions? Or has your expectation been that the devs should just constantly watch your streams and hang on your every word and things that you say, or your videos for that matter? Have you gone through the proper channels to make these suggestions? I don't know. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But I know what I've done and what I've seen happen. And again, I'm satisfied with my role. And, that's about all I can say. So I don't know what's going to happen with this. Like I said, I'm not sure what the upside is for people revealing that they are the consultants. I'm not going to say who they are. And yeah, that's the thing that happened. And a lot of people are upset in a lot of different ways, but this too shall pass. As it generally happens, the news cycle in Dead by Daylight change and the community will be upset about something. You just have to wait a few minutes and they'll turn the page. But yeah, that's what happened this weekend. And that is the best way I can sum up what's going on. What is the difference between a consultant and a Fog Whisperer? And yeah, that's all I have for you today. Let me know what you think in the comments below about the whole thing. Are you upset about any of it, all of it? What do you think? I want to hear what you have to say about this. I will say that I do wish that the Fog Whisperers had been given a heads up about the existence of this program for the people who didn't know about it, so they weren't caught off guard and having no idea what everybody was talking about when the reveals about the consultant crew existing came out, that they just felt like, wow, I'm a Fog Whisperer and I don't even know about this. So I do wish that whoever was in charge of the consultant crew had given a heads up to whoever was in charge of the Fog Whisperer crew, so this could be explained to the folks in Fog Whisperers what it is, what it was, so that maybe, they wouldn't have taken the blow as hard finding out on the internet on the weekend. If we could have found out from our Fog Whisper Discord about this, they might not have felt as betrayed about the whole situation had it been explained to them ahead of time. So that's a misstep, but live and learn. Everybody's human, you know, you can't go back and change it now. But yeah, I do feel badly for the people who are upset finding out about the existence of this and that they weren't asked, but what can you do? Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Let me know what you think about everything. As always, I appreciate the time you spend here with me on my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as it helps the channel a ton. And don't forget to take care of each other in and out of the fog. And we'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye. It's a Gen Rush life for us. It's a Gen Rush life for us. Set a hiding, we do gens. Set a randoms, we got friends. It's a Gen Rush life